morning and welcome to Just For You. And this is your man, Sonny Wayne Fella. I'm so excited today. I'm so glad that I can be with you today, wherever you are. It's amazing. And I keep using the word amazing because, we can do this on our own. It is all because of His greatness. It's all because of His love that we continue to meet day in and day out because of His faithfulness. Liberia, I love this country and it's always on my heart. I lived in Liberia from the time I was not birthed, and then I grew up to a certain age, and the Civil War broke out, and we all fled, and for so many years we never returned to our country. But after some time, I began to visit, and it was a beautiful thing, especially when Her Excellency Miss Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was the president of Liberia, and the president-elect, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, was the vice president. I used to visit Liberia a lot, I used to go there sometimes 2-3 times a year because I had mission stuff that I was doing, organizing churches, trying to plant churches up in Tyria and other places. So it was just addicting. It was beautiful, wonderful. I traveled to the rural areas. People offered me lands and to be able to build mission school, and even wanted to put a hydro plant in Bopley on the river there, and all of these things. But they fell through because of dishonesty. People were not honest with us as we tried everything we could to help our people. And I tell you, if I have the opportunity of doing what I desire to do for Liberians, people will be amazed. Once upon a time, I mentioned that I wanted to send some toys, okay, and I put it on my video, but unfortunately nobody responded, nobody called, nobody commented on it or whatnot. But my wife and I decided that we were going to still do it. So we purchased a lot of toys, fill up boxes with them, and we shipped them. Right now they are all in Liberia, so hopefully they will be taken out of the warehouse and given to the kids in certain part of Monrovia or wherever they can get them to for their Christmas. They're going to be issuing them out to kids for Christmas, and that's something I'm looking forward to because it's just, I know when we were younger, we didn't have toys to play with. I remember my cousins and we had one bicycle that we used, and because everybody wanted to ride at the same time or whatever the case was, we used to fight over it, and then we broke it to pieces. So we didn't have, we used to run with tires and car tires, bicycle tires, and all sorts of things we used to play with, use reef as drum, and we put plastic bag together and use it as soccer ball, and there were a lot of things we did, growing up. So I decided that I went through that, and I want to make other children feel better, feel loved. So we decided to do this, and that's something we're looking forward to. But today we're going to talk about something very, very serious in our country, Liberia. Very serious, and I want you to stay tuned to the end of this video, okay? Paranoia seems to be hitting the fabric of our society, our country. Those who was in leadership, or those who are still in leadership, they are becoming paranoid because the incoming regime has said that they're going to audit, and they're going to make sure that those in the previous government, or maybe the government before the previous government, will be held accountable for what they did to the Liberian people, especially when it comes to corruption. But I want us to be very careful when we use this word corruption, because corruption is everywhere, okay? There's no way under the sun that corruption can be eradicated. If anybody tells you that, they will be lying to you. We can minimize it, but not to eradicate it. So when people are making statement, the only way Boyka government going to succeed unless he audit the previous government and make sure that they deal with those who corrupted. Yeah, I'm against corruption. I hate corruption. I don't like corruption. It causes people to suffer because 1% enjoy everything and the 99% suffer immensely, which we've seen in Liberia over the years. So when people start to say things like one former representative mentioned that if they talk about auditing, then they should audit from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time through all through Mr. Weir's time, and then also the president-elect, they have to audit him too, because I realized that people are now getting paranoid, getting nervous, because they know exactly that their hands were cut in the cookies jar. So don't be afraid. If you know you didn't do anything wrong, do not be afraid. Do not go on Facebook and stuff and YouTube and begin to make statements that they should order other people too. Talk about yourself, not those other people who maybe hands were cut in cookies jar too, and then you want to come and make things to sound like other people did bad, and even though you did bad too, but other people did it. No. That is not what Liberia is about. We want to minimize corruption so that those who deserve to enjoy the fruit of Liberia can enjoy it. At least they can have a taste of it. 1% can just have everything. Millions of dollars. People buying a house costing $250,000. How much salary do you get a month in Liberia that you can buy or purchase a home on 9th Street for $250,000? People building estates and people building mansions in Monrovia that works with the government. Even those who are out of Liberia, who live in Europe and other parts of the world in the West, do not even have that much money to build homes like the way you all who work in the government in Liberia build homes or purchase homes. And maybe you got your money in other ways. I'm not going to accuse you of corruption, but maybe now that Mr. Boyka is going to become president, he needs to, spell out his assets, and those who are going to be working in his government need to also spell it out, put in the newspaper, let us know what they have before they take up those positions as ministers or ambassadors or directors or managers or whatever they become. We want to see what they own before they get in power. So I want to acknowledge the incoming government, the president of Liberia, the incoming president, Honorable His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boyka, that before they take the gavel in January, let them bring out, say, write in the newspaper what property they own. Because we don't want people becoming Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, then within 2 months, he built a mansion. Where did the money come from? So we need to check it out. I think that's where you need to start from first, Mr. Incoming President, President-elect. That's where you need to start from, starting with you. You need to, expound what your property is, and then everyone else will follow suit. Because Liberian people don't want to suffer again for the next 6 years. Liberians have suffered too much, and they don't want to go through that anymore. But I have a ritual skill here, the CPI, concerning Africa, the countries in Africa, and Liberia is actually down on that ritual skill. The CPI scale is way down, and if you noticed here, you will see. Liberia is the red. I'm going to show you a clip where you will see the various dimension where Liberia falls. I think it was from 2020 till 2022, where we find ourselves when it comes to the economy, and then corruption as well, because corruption has actually killed the fabric of our society. So I want you to watch this for a little bit, and then I will be right back. You see, so Liberians, we are still down. We are far down the line when it comes to development and also to trying to minimize corruption. So those who are now going to take power in Liberia, I want us to learn, learn from the past. And if you do better, you might win the next 6 years. I mean, after this 6 years, the next 6 years, you might win it. If Liberians are happy and we minimize corruption, and you can see what you have done, the Liberian people can see it, feel it. Not only see it, but that they can feel it, that they can enjoy it and have fun. That's what Liberians want. Life is short. 70 the Lord gave us. By the time you hit 70 years old, you're gone. Most of us, we don't even reach 70 years old and we are dead and gone. So we need to actually help our people to live a better and a fruitful and prosperous life. So I want to encourage the new government. Please help our people. Try to create jobs. Let them work. Let them earn their keep. Okay? And let's try to do the best we can to minimize corruption. It has damaged our society. Everything, if you hear, even the international community, they talk about Liberia, they talk about corruption. Those, even the next door neighbors like Sierra Leone and other countries, right next door to us, they talk about corruption, which is so sad, And corruption is everywhere. Even in the great United States, there's corruption everywhere, And people talk about corruption like it's only Liberia who has a corrupt government or had a corrupt government. Every government on the face of the earth is corrupt, but they try to minimize it. So let us try the utmost best we can to minimize corruption in our country, Liberia. And then we will definitely begin to, at least the little that fall from the trees, we can at least enjoy it. All right. So subscribers, thank you for returning. I love your consistency. And those of you who have not subscribed, I want to say, could you kindly subscribe? Let's try to push the subscriber up a little bit. I've been doing this now for a little over 2 years, and I still have not hit 1,000 subscribers yet. Will you love to take the challenge today to step it up? Share my videos, try to like them, send it out to people, hit the notification bell, and then subscribe, help me out. Let's reach 1,000. I'm claiming, but I haven't hit 1,000 yet. And I want you to watch my videos to the end, because when you watch them to the end, that's when I'm able to get credit out of it. So maybe sometimes things that I say, you don't want to listen to it, but just, for the love you have for me, because it's the love I have for you. That's why I'm here every morning. So I want you to, help me out here. But anyways, thank you so much for, being with me. And I want to say, may God richly bless you. May God bless the people of Liberia, and may God bless the Republic of Liberia. Thank you, and I will see you soon.